Hello everyone and welcome back to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage YouTube channel. You are looking at the underside of my FOF model number 6. Now the reason you're looking at this is actually not to talk to you about what I'm doing to the machine, but to remind you of something really critical that often gets overlooked. I made a video recently of my turquoise colored domestic labeled Singer clone made in Japan machine, and it came in a carry case, but its hinges were broken. And I just happened to notice it one day because I thought, whoa, the machine's really wobbling when I tilted it back. And I had it on a table. There are situations where you may have a machine in a carry case or mounted in a sewing table, as this FOF is, and if you don't have it installed properly, you can lose control over it. That turquoise domestic machine that I'm referring to, if I didn't replace those hinges, if I were going to keep it and I knew, well, okay, but all it would take is tilting the machine back and it would just roll like a giant bowling ball. It could go crashing and, it could crash on you or your home, and you don't want that. So you always want to know, obviously, that the hinges work. That's a very rare thing for the hinge itself to be broken, although it's possible. But the hinges are not the only thing, because remember, as I've mentioned a number of times, when you remove a machine from a case or a table, you don't take the hinges out. You basically release the machine from the pins that the hinges hold. So the hinges have these pins that stick up and they go into holes in the back bed of the machine. Now there's an exception to that, being machines like the Singer Featherweight and the Singer 301, because the Singer 301 could be put into a table, well, so could the Featherweight. The point is, those machines install differently. But for most sewing machines, they get installed on hinges with pins, called hinge pins. I'll just use that word. Now, how do they install? If you don't take the hinge out, how do you get the machine out? These hinges, the pins go into the rear of the bed of the machine. They go back probably 3/4 of an inch or so, but they are held. The machine's bed is held on the pins by bolts, very, very strong bolts. And I'm going to point them out to you right here. So here's one right there. And here's the other right there. Let me get out. I'm blocking my own light here. Right here. You should be able to see this. Both of these are critical. Now, once you figure out what is a bolt for the hinge, you might mark it. In fact, I've done that for clients before. When I've had a machine, they say, well, what if I need to take the machine out? When you look under a machine, and on this model, you don't see lots of different bolts. You see the 2 hinge bolts here, and that's pretty much what you're seeing. However, I would caution you, some machines have lots of bolts, and if you don't know what you're doing and you're not familiar with the machine, you could end up loosening something you really don't want to, okay? So this bolt here, for example, and this one over here, these are not hinge bolts. These bolts secure this drive shaft. Do not loosen those, right? So you really want to study your machine to make sure you know where the hinge bolts are. Typically, and this is no surprise, they line up with the hinge or with the pin of the hinge. Now, of course, these are offset. Sometimes, like on a Singer, where you have the classic hinge that has it looks like a round coin, right? And it's mounted into the table. That's usually all you see. And then the hinge pin comes up in the center. Of course, this one, the pin is actually, they're offset to the left. Okay, whatever. That's what they chose to do. The point is, you want to make sure, and you'll know this because usually the hinge pins, the bolts will turn, they should turn a little more easily. And if these bolts are ever loosened, you do not want to put your machine folded away in the table. These bolts are the only thing that hold your machine in its table, whether it's this FOF or any other machine. Most, again, except for those few Singer, those special Singer models. The rest of all the Singers and every vintage machine I've ever had, typically they install this way. You will also see I've done videos before on Kenmores, and the 1970s Kenmores, there's like one big bolt that holds it in a position. But I'm referring to the majority of the machines you see on this channel. They all install with a hinge and with a bolt. That bolt, basically, when you tighten it, it pushes up against the pin and holds the pin in place, right? It keeps the pin from slipping so that your machine doesn't go flying. So again, whether your machine is in a case or whether it is in a table, make sure you know that you have pins. And if you don't, you want to look to see if you can find some. But make sure, for example, if you have a machine that's in a table and it's, even if it's got one pin, if it's missing one, do not fold it away. Just leave it sitting up here. Your machine is not totally stable here. But if I open this part of my table up, like I'm going to fold the machine down, and I don't have these solid, secure bolts in place, I mean, when you fold a machine down into a table, it literally is hovering. It is literally hanging in suspension in midair, and those two bolts are the only thing keeping it there. So this is just a friendly reminder, because when I got the FOF, I thought, wow, it's kind of wiggly because one of the bolts was loose. I don't know why. There really was no reason. It just had come loose. I've since snugged it back in. It's fine. So at some point, if a future owner says, hey, I would like to take my machine out, or whatever they're going to do to it. Maybe they don't want to drag a table and they need to take the machine to be repaired. I don't know. Just make sure that your bolts are there. Do not lose them. You don't have to remove the bolt typically all the way out. You can loosen it enough and it will stop pressing against the pin, but it'll still be screwed into the threads in the base of the machine, and that's just fine. And you can, usually it's really preferable to get someone to help you so that someone's holding this machine back while you're messing with the bolt, so the machine does not tilt over and smack you in the hands. That is not a fun time. Remember how heavy these machines are. So I hope this was a helpful hint to happiness, to quote one of my professors from the past, and that you will remember that something that we hardly ever pay attention to, it doesn't draw attention to itself, it's not easy to see, really important for any vintage machine. And that may be true of modern machines as well. I don't know. That's not my forte. I appreciate all of you watching. I hope this was helpful. If so, put your comments down below, and we will see you in the next video, whatever that happens to be.